Welcome to Claim the Stars. This is our Savage Worlds sci-fi adventure series, where we are taking our players right now through a nice little gallivanting trail through the Arctic tundra of Sidori 379, where they are on the hunt for the lost science team who came here in search of a alien outpost. But the players themselves are in search of, I guess, both. I guess up to them. But I guess their main mission was to find the science team, and they landed their alien spacecraft here, and now they're trying to find them. But we had an interesting set of circumstances. I'll let them fill you in on the rest of the details after we introduce all of the players. Maybe the kids will stop screaming again. Okay. And I could hand it off to the players then. We want to listen to the kids scream for a little bit. Jeremy, you can describe your character and then just hand it off to Cliff, and you won't have to listen to my screaming kids. They're going to go to bed soon, so we won't have to hear that. So Jeremy, take it away, old buddy.
Okay. I am playing Levi Roosevelt, the captain of this crazy crew, who is an elderly cowboy clone who is wearing some fun power armor, minus maybe the right helmet. I forget, something like that. Who likes to shoot things a lot and come up with bad ideas that nobody seems to tell me are bad, but whatever. That sounds about it. Cliff?
You're the captain. We can't tell you it's a bad idea. It's against protocol. Uh, so I'm playing Aston Courtney, who is a son of a wealthy businessman whose company is going through sort of a turbulent time, and as such, he has joined up with the crew here of Astra Unum and with helping out on their missions, which is a mutually beneficial agreement. He's kind of a short-tempered, silver-tongued, spoiled kid with an attitude, but he's kind of learning the dynamics of this group and how they all work together, and is starting to fit in with them, kind of, in a way. Sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, very cool. And while you're talking about your character, why don't you go ahead and shout out your channel that you usually play at?
Sure, thank you. Yep. So my Twitch channel is Quests and Cliffhangers. On Thursdays, we do a interactive Dungeons and Dragons campaign, persistent campaign that's going on for over 30 weeks for this season. And then we recently, last week, started a Savage World game set in a post-apocalyptic future Earth. While we're in quarantine, we decided we would just give this a go. So it's going to last as long as we're all in quarantine. So if on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, or if on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, if you guys are bored, if you're stuck at home, you need something to do, Quests and Cliffhangers, we are going to be there playing until whenever. So, yeah.
Very cool. And
Thank
I'm
you.
actually super happy that I actually introduced you to Savage Worlds, and you made that happen so fast. So maybe we'll see you running Vampire in the future, huh? After your one shot.
After Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see how that goes. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, thanks for showing me Savage World, because that's I love the system, and I think after last week's first game of it, I think all the players love it too. So
Yeah, I was so happy to see them all excited and stuff to be playing it. So.
yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, man. All right, Matt, go ahead and tell us who you're playing.
I am playing Arthur Haeckel. He is a young scientist and inventor. And he recently met up with his sister, who is a researcher on an alien space station in the same system as this world that we have now landed on. And we're looking for some of her scientists. So
Very cool. And also, I mean, depending on how the cards play out this session, we may actually be getting a chance to show off Matt's map drawing skills this session, actually, because he's been showing off his talents on our Discord this week. And so I scooped up one of his maps, of course, at his approval, of course. And so we may get to see his tundra art. And it'd be really cool, I think. So get to show the world his talents. I keep telling him he needs to get a Drive-Thru RPG account, start putting this out there, and a Patreon, and start making some moolah doing this stuff. But anyways, so when you get a actually Matt, drop your link in the Twitch chat. Actually, Matt Gorkum, your art link, and do that for everybody. So and Shaun, can you adjust your laptop? Like, we can only see your eyes. It's like you're in Hong Kong right now, and you're trying to avoid getting nabbed by the Chinese communist or something. So
Up or down?
you're good now.
Okay. See, right there. Cool. Okay, so I am playing Spencer Witt. He is the teenager who also has psychic abilities. So his background was he stowed away on the group ship and was discovered very quickly because he's not a very good stowaway, and has quickly become part of the crew. As part of his background that actually I think everybody in the crew knows, was involved with the Tanu Klava, which is a criminal organization, and he's sort of on the run from them, just kind of trying to keep it low.
Very cool. Well, this is as low profile as you get right here, being on an Arctic world on a planetary system that only has access to one corporation. So only has access from one corporation. So yeah, you're way off out in the distance now. So in the Sidori system, in fact, your Sidori 379 system, Sidori 379C, the third planet from the red giant, newly red giant, barely at the edge of its habitable zone, and it is an Arctic tundra planet, but it does have forestation and that kind of stuff like that. In fact, you guys are kind of nestled in an area that does have like an evergreen forestation and that kind of stuff like that, but it is very cold and at the moment. And why don't you guys, one of you, kind of recap for... Well, you guys can share it together if you want to recap kind of what happened this last game, at least. You can probably do the last part of last game and what got you here, at least.
Yeah, we were, just trying to remember correctly, we were here tracking down another crew that had crashed, right? And then we got close to them when we were attacked by a large beast of some kind. We fought it off. I was able to scare it off with my psychic abilities when we were sort of discovered by some of the locals. At that point, they took us, I don't want to say hostage, but they're taking us back to their camp, is my understanding.
Well, you're still there. You're still at the ship site. And just a reminder as to how you got to this point. You guys worked in combination together using all your talents to find where their crash ship was. And you're currently like just standing outside the scientist's crash ship. Okay? And in particular importance right now is how you used your skills and talents to find the crash ship, which was with Mind Link. Mind Link. I just want to point that out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, did you continue to maintain that power during the fight? Or did you release it while you were fighting?
Well, I believe I would have had to release... No, I would have only had to release it because I used fear. So I'm just looking right now to see if I can use. So one's an instant.
Yeah, just look up maintaining powers if you want to, and you could come back to me on that. But you used Mind Link on
duration
the
30 minutes. Yeah. So I think I can use one and then use fear, and I don't have to drop the mind.
Okay.
So,
So you still are maintaining Mind Link.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So do you want? So you guys are at this point. So just to kind of catch you up on what happened after you guys didn't defeat the beast. Tribesmen. I say tribesmen because they're not really men. They're near humanoid creatures. Tribal-like beings. Started hunking spears at you, and one of you guys played a adventure card to try to turn it into a peaceful engagement. And I had I guess a near humanoid like tribal man who was invisible jump out from the trees above the woolly scoop jaw and stab it through from above and slay the creature and then land to the ground. So he's obviously using some sort of psychic abilities or some kind. And I made the point to explain to you guys that you've never encountered any other kind of creatures that used psychic abilities other than humans. Like, none can use psychic abilities other than humans. And then he just stepped up to Spencer and put his hand to his head like this. And then he placed his hands on Spencer's head just like that. And I just want to point out real quick that your mind link is not coming from this guy. The mind you picked up to get here is not coming from this guy. Now, just to kind of, now that he's approached you and stuff, just to kind of describe this person. And remember, there's spears stabbed in the snow and earth all around you guys from where the tribal people kind of threw them down to the ground. And this guy is wearing like furs and stuff and wearing like basically no clothes other than the furs that are like loosely thrown over his body. And then his weapons appear to be stone and just like twinely wrapped to a stick. And he has a very porcine face, his mouth and jaw like just protruding from his nose, and his eyes appear to be like bulging out of their sockets, and he looks like his brain is, I mean, you can't see the back of his skull really because he's got a hide thrown over, but you highly doubt that it is much smaller than yours. I'm sorry, you highly suspect that it is much smaller than yours. I mean, he is very much, I mean, he's larger than you guys. He's a size +1. Probably about the size of what an orc would be. And he's got like gray skin and very thick hide and coarse. You're pretty much like a Cro-Magnon or Neanderthal type person. And he's just holding the spear, and he's looking at Shaun, like Spencer, and he's not speaking. And then he just looks away, and he begins to shout what sounds to be some kind of guttural tongue, very crude language. And he just doesn't even look back at you guys, and he seems to be just like just focused on the distance, like ignoring you guys. And you almost seems to be like a sea of intelligence between you two, or between all of you guys. So what are you guys thinking about this whole situation? I'm curious. Because there seems to be like a complete difference in like social awareness between him and you guys. Does that make sense? Because he's like stone cold silent for probably at least a minute or two, looking off in the distance.
So we had like the raining of spears come down and whatnot before, and then it just went quiet.
it just went. Well, it's not quiet, but like there's no other like no other like sounds of violence, but you can hear like the blizzard around you. But yeah, he shouted, and
That's
there's like the
eerie.
sounds of blizzard.
Okay.
You suspect that he's expecting his tribesmen to come. Like he just shouted for his tribesmen to come.
When I would look over towards Levi first, and you know, I'm already kind of beat up. So I just look at him like, do you understand me? Take that as a no.
Yeah, let's see if you, I'm thinking that if you guys want to actually understand each other in this blizzard, you'll probably have to yell at each other. Or make notice checks, probably at a -2, probably.
Yeah, I could try that.
Yeah, like
Our
if you want
comms
to
are
talk.
being.
Yeah, that's true. Y'all got comms.
rammed.
That's a good point. Y'all got comms. That's a good point.
I forgot I already have wounds too.
Yeah,
so
anybody
I
who
was
has a
making that
helmet, can hear over their comms, because the comms would be muffled by the comms would be carried throughout the helmet. But anyone who doesn't have a helmet wouldn't be able to hear the comms in their earbud. Does that make sense? Because they'd still also be blocked out by the beating of the snow. Like, for example, Jeremy could hear anybody over the comms because it's going to be in his helmet.
Well, I think we all had helmets on.
Yeah, if you got helmets on, then you could hear anybody through
Yeah,
comms.
so we can hear each other, but I can't talk with him without yelling. And with me being 66% unconscious, I'm pretty sure that I'm in a pretty bad shape not to be yelling out after being gorged by a woolly scoop jaw.
Yeah, you look pretty rough right now. In fact, you guys might be seeing like blood just like landing in the snow around you at his feet, and so it's actually a good time to jump into people in chat right now. We're actually doing a system now where you guys can use your channel points for the channel. The more you watch, the more you can benefit the players. So I didn't have time to add it on the stream and stuff like that, where you can, like, I was gonna add like little indicators and stuff on the screen. But the way you guys can do it, and you can help the players, is basically like you can you should see it when you click the channel points thing down at the bottom. Is you can spend points to give them a bump, which is a +1 to any trait roll or damage roll. And you could also spend a lot of points to increase any success to a raise. So, and that will apply to like shaken to a wound and yada yada too. So we're gonna try that out for a little bit. We're gonna see how that works. So we're just trying to get the people that are watching the stream and trying to get them involved and see if they like participating. So, all right. So back to the action. So yeah. Anyways. So as long as there's no conversation much between you guys, eventually the tribesmen will just like run up, and you'll see like 6 people run up, and they're all wielding spears, like you guys, and they all have like what look like hatchets at their sides, and they're all bigger than you, like much bigger, and all of them are bigger than he is, really. So they all look much more, I'd say larger than even him, and more muscular, and probably rotund than he is. And if anything, he looks like he's the smartest of them all. And then he looks at Cliff's wounds, and he begins speaking in the guttural tongue again, and he puts his hand on your body, and he says, we'll fix her life. And he starts hitting it. He says, "Soklak who?"
Suklaklu, yeah.
Sukar.
I don't know what you're saying.
What
Can
is he
I
pointing
attempt
at?
a mind link with
He's pointing
him?
off into the blizzard, where they came from, where the tribesmen came from.
Guys, I think he wants me to go with him, with them.
And then he takes a piece of hide and he tears it off and he places it on your wound. And then he starts doing this.
Guys, I think I'm going with them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab the piece of hide and press it against my wounds and sort of look off in the direction he's pointing to see if there's like any indication of where he wants me to go, or if it's just into the blizzard.
Yeah, right now you're right now it just looks like into the blizzard, to be honest.
Spencer, you're
it's
the
a lot of faith.
communications officer here.
Can I attempt a mind link with him?
You're gonna break the mind link with whoever you're mind linked with towards the ship.
Oh yeah, that's right. I've actually established one. No, I'm gonna keep it. This guy obviously wants us to follow him. He doesn't seem like a threat, so I say we go with him.
Well, not to mention he just single-handedly destroyed this thing that fucked us up. So it's not like if he was a threat, we would really have any control over the situation anyways. Especially now that we realize he's the runt and the 6 other ones that showed up are even bigger.
This could go poorly for us.
Don't forget Levi's running around in powered armor. So that only a tank can damage.
Also, Levi will survive, is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much. Only Levi will survive.
That's standard for my characters.
Just wrap him in so much armor.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so does everyone follow him?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So he starts to go back with you, but some of the tribesmen start to push him and start to get up in his face. And there seems to be a quarrel break out before you guys start to leave. But none of them are speaking. And he starts shouting at them in the same tongue that he was speaking to you guys. And he seems to have to establish some sort of physical dominance with both language through command and violence. And has to strike one of them. And 2 of them refuse to go back. If you let it play out. 2 of them refuse to go back. And march towards the ship. To the crashed scientist ship. Start marching that way.
We're pretty sure that the scientist, or at least one of them, was still on the ship, right?
There is a mind. Spencer had a mind link to something on the ship.
Okay.
Or towards the ship. That's what you know.
They may have medical supplies on the ship as well.
Do you want to be the one to tell him no?
Don't know how to tell him anything.
Okay, well, I'm going to bleed out here shortly. So
you guys
I need to
can
do
attempt
something.
persuasion, by the way. You just have major penalties. You just have to use sign language and things like that. And
So I'm gonna actually attempt that. I look over and I know it kind of sucks. It's probably like super difficult to do because there's a blizzard going on. But does it look like there's any tracks? Have a bunch of people been going in and out of the ship already? Does it look like the ship hasn't been ransacked? Like there's not.
Are you going to search in this immediate area, or are you going to go towards the ship search?
I'm just going to do just like a quick look over by the ship I don't want to get like too far away from the group, but I just want to like walk over because I don't want this guy trying to go on the ship.
We keep losing frames like crazy.
Whatever
What the hell's
I'm
happening?
mind linked with. Because what I'm concerned is there's somebody in there and they're hurt, and the first thing they see is going to be this big, huge brute. And the other thing is, this guy could be in some serious danger because if he isn't familiar with technology and he's just running around a down spaceship, he can get himself killed.
Yeah.
So,
Just want to point out that I'm bleeding out too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Okay, so this is what's happening all in real time. 4 tribesmen and their intelligent psychic leader are all trying to drag Aston Courtney back, and simultaneously as Spencer is wanting to go back to the ship. Like it's hard to describe, but you guys have no way of telling him to not. Does that make sense? So, and there's 2 that are marching to the ship. Like there's no way of saying, "Hey guys, hold up." I mean, you can go do your independent things, but just know that as you're doing your independent things, you're getting further apart in a blizzard. I just want y'all to be aware of that.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want y'all to be aware of that. So, Spencer, you start heading towards the spaceship, and you want to do like a check to check it out, okay? On the ground?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just notice.
Let's see. Yeah, notice would be good. Actually, tracks would probably be...
Isn't that survival?
Looks like survival is mainly to find food, water, and shelter in hostile environments, navigate wilderness environments. Look up notice, make sure what it probably says. Sight sounds, spot clues, detect ambushes, conveys basic information. Yeah, I think notice would probably be right. Because it'd be what investigator would have. So, yeah, notice would probably still be accurate. So, yeah, notice would be good. Unfortunately, you failed.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna like run over to the ship. See if there's like a door or some way into this thing.
Yeah, the front sections of the ship where the door is, and the bottom section where the cargo ramp and stuff like that is, are all buried deep in the snow, but there's probably a top hatch. You want to climb on top of the ship?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That will be an athletics check. It'll be a -2 penalty because of all the ice and snow. Okay, you're trying to climb on top of the ship, and you keep slipping and like sliding off the top of the ship. You may need someone's help climbing up on top of there. All the tribesmen, however, are easily like climbing using their spears, and they have like these claw-like things, like strapped to the top of their like fist, and they're using them to climb on top of it. Like they probably climb on top of like over cliffs and things like that all the time. So they're just climbing. They seem to have an intent to get inside the ship as well.
Okay. So do they go? Like,
they're going to beat you in there.
Do they try to get to the hatch?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So once they get close to me and I can see that they're having more success.
Yeah.
I'm just, hey. I like put my hand out.
You're going to try to convince them to come back to you and help you up?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a persuasion roll. They look at you and go, and they go back to like pulling the hatch open.
Like, you asshole.
You think they have ill motives?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, let's go back to everybody else while he's struggling with the. So you guys are. You see Shaun like slipping and climbing and trying to climb up on the ship in like the faint distance of your vision. Like on the edge of your sight. You guys, however, do not see the tribesmen making their way inside the ship.
I don't see shit.
Yeah, you're getting drug off by the tribesmen.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, you think they're going to help you, and they are. That's their intent.
That's all I can go off of right now. I can't beat them. Hoping my power armor clad comrade is.
And I want to point out to
here.
you guys that you guys did play an adventure card for peace. Like, they don't mean to hurt you. That still applies here. I'm not like ignoring the adventure card.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Arthur is going to go with Spencer. He's not, obviously he's not going to let the young kid run off alone. He can't help him get up on the ship. I mean, maybe he could try boosting him up, but I've got no athletics, so.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm gonna follow with Aston.
Okay.
And make sure he's not, I don't know, molested.
I appreciate that.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I mean that in a harm done to you kind of way.
So you catch up with your very fast.
Me too.
Your very fast. What is it? A ranger suit? Which one did you pick?
Yeah, ranger suit.
Yeah. So what was your pace in that ranger suit?
I think it's 7.
Yeah. So Cliff, so Aston, Levi has a pace of 7, which means he can he can walk faster than you can in his ranger suit because it's got like Anthem style hydraulics and stuff in it, and so he catches up to you as you're getting pulled by those guys, and the tribesmen seem startled by all this, and they're utterly confused by it, but they still have their mission to get you back, and they continue on, and you guys just keep heading on through the blizzard, out of sight, and the sun eventually, what little sun there was in the gray sky, starts fading into the black. And so we'll go back to Matt and Spencer. So Matt, you catch up to Spencer, and he's still struggling with the ship. So what is the plan here? You going to help him try to get back up?
Yeah, I mean, it would be best if we got into the ship before they did, but I'm not sure how.
You get back up there, and you get up there, and you do not see any tribesmen.
That's not good. Apparently, they can use technology.
Well, all it is probably like a turning valve, like a turning.
Oh, okay. So
it's like one of those little handle things. Yeah, and then they just
know how to open doors.
So.
But they'd have to have at least some basic knowledge to know that there would be one. So that's a thing.
Makes you think maybe they're smarter than normal Neanderthal.
I'm hoping they are.
Okay, so I guess that needs to be rolls from you guys to help each other out getting up there. So that'll be cooperative
Chad,
rolls.
you're ready to spend those points.
Yep, cooperative. I don't think they've accumulated enough yet, so to help them out. Okay, so we haven't been playing long enough. They're kind of effed. So Matt and Shaun, these will need to be athletics rolls from both of you. I'm guessing the primary one needs to be Spencer on this. Arthur needs to also roll athletics. Go ahead and roll them for me. Arthur first.
Still doing the -2.
Yeah, -2.
Yep.
Phew.
3.
Okay, wow, you aced that. Okay.
Where the fuck was that the first time?
Yeah.
So Arthur doesn't
Finally
help
figured
you
out what I
very
was doing. I
much.
was like,
Arthur doesn't help
oh,
you
there's
very
a
much.
ladder. Yeah.
And Arthur struggles, and his hands are cold, and he just and he almost drops you at the wrong time, but you manage to catch yourself and pull yourself up, and but you manage to get yourself on top of the roof, and you turn the. Actually, they aren't smart enough to close it, so the hatch just is left open. So do you climb inside?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you climb inside the ship, and off you go inside, and you hear like shuffling, and maybe even like a little violence inside. Maybe even like someone getting thrown around. Maybe.
Okay.
What do you do?
Laser.
Did Arthur follow him up and in or not?
That'll be your own athletics roll.
Okay.
Did you just say you pull out a laser pistol?
Yeah. I'm awesome.
How far do our comms reach?
If they're tethered to the ship's communication system, they're up to an astronomical unit.
Okay.
So until the blizzard takes that out, yeah.
Hmm?
Until the blizzard starts blocking our signal or something.
Don't
back
give
to
him
the
ideas. Don't do that.
ship. He had the idea already.
I'm going.
Don't remind him of his ideas.
Okay. So, Matt is still struggling to get up. The ship.
Well, he needs to make an athletics roll at a -2.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean, he doesn't have athletics, so
Everybody has athletics, don't they?
Yeah, he's still struggling to get up. Spencer,
Is there any way?
I mean, you
can
could try
just,
to
like-
help him, Spencer.
Yeah, maybe I could just like reach.
This is
down
gonna
my
look
hand.
hilarious. This is just gonna be them constantly rolling back and forth.
Cue the Benny Hill music.
Do I have to?
Do you guys just want to
You're
like?
making
Do you
athletics.
guys just want to like say you eventually get up there, and let's like cut to black and like say the sun is down, and like you just guys want to take a fatigue
Well-
point each?
well, okay. Can Arthur create some sort of device that would like melt the ice? Just heat it up. At least that would help.
Oh, that's funny. He's gonna create a
Question.
blowtorch.
So would Arthur have brought back
funny.
those magnetic boots from the other ship?
You could be wearing your magnetic boots if you want to. Spend a penny and say you have your magnetic boots on.
I don't think he would have brought them. I mean, we're not planning on walking around on metal in space.
Okay. All right. You can try to build some contraption. You're the MacGyver character. Sure. Make a repair
Okay.
roll.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, it's gonna take you time though. So you stay out there and you're like, well, the fastest way for me to get up on the ship is actually take this blowtorch and start cutting away at the wing section and make some stairs with a blowtorch. So you're just like, so you just start cutting away at it. So, all right. So there you go. You see him actually literally dismantling the ship so he can get up on it, like make some stairs. So, all right. So he gets up there, but still it's nightfall by the time you get up there. So, now the sun is down. Okay. So you guys get up there. But by the time, so does Spencer just wait for him?
Yeah, I see what he's doing. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay. He's using a torch, so I don't want to like, stick my hand in the way of that.
Right. So you're just like, what are you doing? Just like lounging on top of the roof of the ship, waiting for him?
Well, I'm like peering down in the hatch, just trying to see what's going on.
Oh, okay.
So-
You're listening in the hatch. Okay. Eventually, while Arthur is like climbing back up and like getting up to the top, like it sounds like the movement is coming towards you guys. I mean, that's what happens to y'all come up with a solution that takes forever.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of put my laser pistol kind of like behind my back, and just kind of like keep my hand on it though. I don't want people to come around the corner and see me like point the pistol at them.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna also yell to Arthur. I'm like, "Hey, somebody's coming! Get your ass up here!"
I'm trying.
Oh, he's up there now. He's rushing up to you now.
Okay, I'm like, shh, 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 shh. And then we just kind of like wait.
Okay. All right.
Let me see.
All the tokens changed now on me. Where's Arthur?
He's on the ship already.
Oh. Yeah, so you guys are up here. And Spencer's right here. Maybe Arthur's like over here where he built the stairs. and the tribesmen are coming up through that hole there, right? And so your guys are so how are you preparing, Shaun, for them to come up?
That's probably pretty much where I would be.
And you said you're trying to hide the gun, hide the laser pistol?
Yeah, just like kind of behind my back. I'm just kind of like standing there.
Well, you see them come into view, and
Mhm.
they're both pulling. Each of them have a scientist by one arm, and they have a spear at his neck. And he has like this salt and pepper beard, and they're dragging him, and they get to the top of the ladder, and they start grunting at you, and like one of them takes a spear and starts like jabbing it up at you, grunting at you aggressively,
Shit.
trying to get you to
Okay.
back off, basically.
Okay. So I just kind of like step back, and then so they have two scientists.
No, one scientist.
One scientist.
Yep.
Okay. So I just kind of like back up. I just want to let them out and see what they're doing.
Okay. Yeah, so they come up from the hole, and the scientist comes up with them, and they have the scientist like between them. Like one of them has him grabbed really good when they come up out of the hole, and the other one is wielding his spear in two hands, and he's waving his spear out in front of him at both of you aggressively. And the other one has the scientist, and they go to hop off the front edge of the starship here with the scientist in tow, unless you stop him with the scientist. And they're not being nice to the scientist.
Shit.
I mean, maybe the scientist said something to insult him. You don't know. You're being judgmental.
Scientist was too dumb to lock the door, so
And the scientist, because he's not gagged or anything, he says, "Please help me! I escaped them! I escaped them! They have us all back at their camp in the caves. I'm the one who turned the beacon on that got y'all here."
Okay. I'm like, just calm down. We're gonna get you out of this. And
If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have found us. Please.
I just start following them.
You don't need to maintain your mind
Do they
link anymore.
know-
You start following them.
Well, yeah. I'm like, you know where so can you get to the cave from here?
He says, "I think they're going to take me there anyways. I don't have a choice."
You know where the cave is.
He says, "It's a blizzard. I'm just lucky I found this place again."
Okay. I'm like, Arthur, can you communicate with Levi?
I can try to pull them up on the comms.
Okay.
guess
Let him
Arthur
know what's
does.
going on. I guess the crew is still alive. Of course, they're hostages at this point.
Is Arthur able to communicate with Levi and Aston?
Yeah, it'll reach out to him.
Oh, okay. He informs them what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, you'll receive the transmission.
So they're just trying to bring everybody back to the same spot. Wonderful.
Spencer, have you been
Do
able
we
to make
look like we're
communication
going
with
in the
him?
same direction? Shane, that Aston and Levi went.
Well, what happens is when you start to follow them, so they leap off the front of the starship, and if you start to follow them, they get about down to here. If you're jumping off the starship too and following them,
Mm-hmm.
the one that was waving his spear at you gets in your face aggressively. What do you do at this point? He's going to make an intimidate roll.
Okay. I am going to. Use fear on him.
I mean, you don't have to hold the mind link now with the scientist. You can communicate.
I'm dropping it. We already met that. Yeah.
Well,
Have you tried?
make a spirit roll real quick because he used intimidate on you. Well, he
Okay.
failed anyways, but
Levi, they're gonna get us killed.
Probably.
It's okay. I'm trying to get us killed too.
Okay. Well, I'm halfway there.
okay,
Spencer,
you guys
you could try
succeeded
mind linking with
anyways.
them.
But yeah, you're gonna cast fear on him.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. Use it. Does it affect? Are you gonna make it affect both targets or just one?
Both.
Okay, okay.
Let's see. For +2 power points, everyone in the medium burst template for 3 points. Okay, so I'm sure +2. So,
It's gonna affect the scientists too.
yeah, we can always track him down, I guess.
Okay.
I just don't want that guy like standing in my face waving a stick at me.
Okay. If you're watching the stream and you want to find our Discord community, I just dropped a link in the chat. Okay, I made the spirit roll for them. You got a 4, so that is a success. One of them beat your roll. One of them failed, and the scientist failed. So
Okay.
I'm gonna roll high, low. Low, it's the first one. High, it's the second one. All right, high, it's the second one. So the second one near Human Warrior 2 was the one that approached you. So he's the one that's gonna run in fear.
Okay.
So on his turn, we'll actually do initiative. So we're all on initiative order. On his turn, he'll run scared. He is panicked now at this point. Why don't you drop a panicked on him? Should be on the power.
Yeah. Let me...
On near Human Warrior 2. And yeah. Thank you, sir. Okay, Spencer, what do you do?
Okay, so the guy behind the scientist is not running away.
Yep.
Okay. And the scientist has yet to run away, right?
Yep, he will though.
Shit.
That poor scientist.
Screw it. I've had it with these guys. Bolt him.
I haven't tried communicating with him yet.
Nope.
Screw communicating.
With him.
Hit with a raise. Concussive mind blast.
I tried reminding him that he was the communications officer earlier.
All right, so he is
If he doesn't
out.
understand this communication, I don't know what to tell him.
All right, he is gone.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that his psychic link with the others don't make them all understand this
So
communication.
you
that
hit
we
him with a
just did.
concussive mental blast hard enough that it throws him against the tree, and you see a blood splatter as it hits the bark and smashes his brain against the tree with a thud.
There, we're communicating. Okay.
Okay, Aston
So,
and
like,
Levi,
Arthur, if
you guys hear, nice, Havoc. You guys hear, just a reminder, guys, you can use your channel points you get from watching the stream to help the players with bumps and giving them raises, bumping successes to raises. Aston, Levi, you guys hear over the comms, Spencer blasting and hitting the bark as the tree in the background, and you hear a as it hits. But you're just walking with these guys, and none of them are wiser. Arthur, what do you do?
What's going on, Arthur?
Arthur relays the sort of communication Spencer is involved in, and then he turns to Spencer. This we don't want to start a war. We need to communicate with these people, and they seem to use psychic links like you do. Maybe you can link with one, but maybe not these guys.
Well, my priority right now is to get the scientists safe. So, obviously, the fear is instant. So, I guess for a round. So, I'm just going to be moving towards the scientist.
Okay, you can actually move if you want, up to your pace. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's
Yeah, that's
6.
what
So both of you guys move past the panicked warrior.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Arthur, do you take another action besides moving? Thank you for following, Havoc. Appreciate it, buddy. Havoc's the name. Appreciate it.
I don't think he's going to at this point. Can he start? Again, I don't know how the comms work, but can he start working on something to triangulate between our position and where Aston and Levi are, considering we now have no guides?
You have a PDD and the electronic skill. Sure,
Okay.
with the electronic skill, I'd say you can roll an electronic skill to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say you can do that. Sure. You figure that out. You're capable of doing that with the electronic skill. You figure out that they're about, given how long it took you guys to do everything like that, they're about 40 minutes away from you guys at this point.
We've got quite a hike ahead of us, Spencer.
Excellent. This other guy ran off.
Yeah, it's his action now. So he is going to move up to his pace. He hasn't been attacked yet, right? So yeah, he can. Well, that doesn't actually figured out. That doesn't matter. So yeah, he can move up to his pace and then make a. Oh yeah, we're supposed to do that first. 10 squares. Yep. There we go. Yeah, he's going to run. Yeah, he's getting away. I mean, I don't know if we even need to do combat anymore. How long can you maintain that? Are you going to keep maintaining it?
Fear? No, fear's instantaneous. I think it only works for one round.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can maintain it after that, but it costs you extra power points every
I'm not
round
gonna
you maintain it
maintain
after
it.
that. Yeah.
Too
Okay.
expensive.
Okay. All right. Arthur, what do you do?
Okay. Since these near human creatures are taken care of, Arthur is going to turn to Spencer and the scientist, who I assume has calmed down. Mr. Scientist, my name's Arthur. we're here to rescue you and your team. Do you have any sort of vehicles, like land vehicles specific to snowy terrain on your ship by any chance?
Are you yelling that? Because he's not on your
No,
comms.
I guess. I guess Spencer would have, or Arthur would have to take off his helmet or open the faceplate, whatever it works.
You're
Yeah, he
yelling at all that complex
he would-
information at him.
Okay, well, why don't we go to the ship first, and he'll say, hey, point to the ship.
Yeah. You can
suggest
drag
we-
him. You can drag him like over here, and like maybe try to get the wind to block some of the noise, maybe, and like start,
Okay.
like put your arm around him, maybe, and try to say the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll do that.
Okay. All right. And okay, so and then he says, "No." He said, "I fled through the forest." I barely escaped with my life.
No, I meant on your ship. Is there anything we can use on your ship?
There's just a cargo sled.
How fast does that go? I guess Arthur would know, but
As fast as we can walk.
oh, one of those. Got it.
So as fast
You
as
think this is
Spencer
going to be
can
easy,
walk.
bro? That was the GM, not the scientist that said that.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe we get some medical supplies and food. Who knows what we can find? And then we've got some friends that we need to meet up with.
All right. Hey, this could have gone smoothly, but you guys picked the fight and separated in a blizzard.
There's no you guys. This was all Spencer.
Yeah.
I want to be.
I even warned
I
you.
want to be fanned off by banana leaves and fed grapes by naked natives by now, but instead I got to deal with a dead dude.
Okay, we have our first raise redeemed. Sweet. So Aston, you have a raise that you can cash in at any point. Looks like you got friends from Talius. Gave you a raise. So remember that. Next success you got, just remember, well, you can use it whenever you want. Next success you got, remember it.
I'm gonna need it. My 2 wounds.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So is either, well, this is a question for multiple. If the Spencer Arthur situation wraps up before we're like, I don't know, unconscious or something, and they actually explain what happened, I'd say, why don't you go get our ship and home in on us for evac after they hopefully help stop the bleeding in Aston, from Aston.
You've been training Spencer to fly, right? Because I can't fly in a blizzard or in space.
It is a blizzard. Crap. Well, we have a shuttle, right?
It still requires the piloting skill. But they're welcome to give it a shot.
This is why we're supposed to be too deep in all important skills, guys. Spencer, are you 16 yet? We'll talk about this later.
So this cargo sled, like, will it actually move over snow and rocks and all that kind of crap?
Actually, can I rig the cargo sled with?
Hey guys, it's not your turn. So the near human warrior is going to run. Oh, look at that! Towards the kid who's pissing him off with his spear and attack Spencer Witt. He gets a -2 because he ran, but still he's going to attack him anyways.
Mhm.
I wonder if it's going to do the run penalty. Curious.
Shane, I'll go out on a limb and say that him talking him down is going to be a little bit more difficult at this point.
Yeah, it did. Oh my god, I got a 13 on it.
Hmm.
All right, Levi, we need to figure out how to convince him that we are not together with these two. So...
Yeah. Yeah, not good. Okay, that's only a shaken, but the GM doesn't like that.
Don't worry. If the warrior knocks all three of them out, they're just going to bring them to wherever we already are, right? We just have to wait longer.
GM's going to spend a GM penny on that one.
Oh my god.
Woo!
Oh my god.
Much better.
Wow.
Hey, Spencer, remember that one time he took down that giant beast that was fucking all four of us up in one hit? That was a good time.
Okay, Shaun, I spent my GM penny to re-roll that damage on that warrior that was really pissed at you for making him run scared like a bitch. And on that re-roll, he got 3 wounds on you. So what do you want to do?
Use an adventure card.
You got an adventure card for this situation?
Yes.
Nice.
So I'm going to use it now. Your hero instantly recovers up to 2 wounds and all fatigue sustained in this combat. If shaken, he is unshaken now as well.
Ooh.
Second wind.
Okay, sweet. Okay.
And now Benny that other wound, so you're not rolling a negative.
Yeah. Can I also use a Benny?
Okay, so what happens here
Mm-hmm.
is first you'll take all the wounds. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, go ahead. If you want to see if you can burn that last one, go ahead. Go ahead.
So just spend the Benny and it's
Yeah.
a bigger roll, right?
Go ahead.
Ugh.
Yeah, so you wouldn't have gotten the other one.
Oh, well, it's got me at 3 wounds. I got to take off 2 and then.
Well, even still, you only rolled a 2.
Yeah, it would have
so
been.
It wouldn't have
would've
been
been.
enough to.
Yeah, technically the other two. Technically, it's actually doing it right, Because the other 2 wounds weren't applied yet. Does that make sense? Yeah,
Okay.
it's technically doing it right. So your vigor should apply first. Your test soak roll should apply first because you haven't received the wounds yet. So the card doesn't apply until after you've done the soak roll because you haven't received them yet. But yeah, you failed to soak them. So, but now you're playing the card
Okay.
and you're taking off the 2 wounds. So you've got 1 wound out of that whole ordeal, and you're not shaken. So what happens is you see the attack coming at the last moment, and the spear runs you through, but it only clips your side because you happen to just divert at the last moment. It clips your side and only catches flesh. It missed your internal organs, so it slides right through flesh, only catching meat. So, but just blood catches on the ground right behind you, and it just slides right through as he pulls it clean out. And he just looks at you menacingly, and he goes, and he's just standing, towering over you. Spencer Witt. I don't know why it said you were shaking.
Jesus Christ.
You shouldn't have been shaking anyways. I don't know why it said you were shaking. Okay. Anyways, your turn.
Let's see. So he looks like he's going to attack again.
Well, I mean, definitely, but it's not his turn. Now it's yours.
Yeah. Let me see here.
All that from just an extra.
Yeah. See, the problem is I can't really use telekinesis because these guys look really strong. So.
Oh, that's the problem?
That is
Okay.
I'm going to do a thing.
It's not the fact that you're a 14-year-old kid.
15.
Oh, sorry. He's 15 now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you're in close combat range.
Oh.
Yeah, Bolt doesn't work so well in close combat range.
Okay. I'm gonna move.
He'll get an attack on you when you do that.
Can I Benny it?
No. There's no binning an attack. Okay.
I didn't realize that moving, he'd get another attack.
Yeah, he'll get an attack on you if you move away.
Okay, well then I'll just stay there.
Okay.
Yes. So.
Is that all you do?
Yeah, moving doesn't really do a whole lot.
Okay.
Like fight defensively. But that's probably.
I mean, there is a defensively fighting thing, I think.
Yeah.
I think it gives you a +2 to parry or something like that, I think. You can look it up in the combat section, I believe. Let's see. Rules.
Full defense. In addition to the usual defensive option, the character can go to full defense. He can make a fighting roll at a +2 and use the result as his parry until his next action.
Oh, there's also a defend. Character can choose to focus all their energy and skill in defense against melee attacks. With a defend maneuver, this increases their parry by +4. Can take her entire turn. She cannot perform multi-actions. She may move normally, but she may not run. This bonus lasts until the beginning of her next turn. You want to do that? Well, actually, technically, you can't do that. You did try to bolt him.
Yeah, because I already acted. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. I'm just waiting for Arthur to save the day.
Unfortunately, it's the near human warrior's turn, so he's going to try to hit you again. So, hopefully, we don't have to make a new character for Spencer.
He's got the Joker too.
Oh, it rolled it for some reason. I don't know why it did. I hadn't rolled it yet, but oh well, I'll take it. It was a hit. Well, that is a wound to you, Spencer. Do you want to try to soak it in any way?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Benny.
Okay. Make your vigor roll.
Of course.
Critical failure on the Benny. I won't do anything terrible to you for your soak roll. So I think you're suffering enough as it is. So you're now down to 2 wounds and you're shaken. So once again he slices you through with the spear. This time catches you in the shoulder blade. Nothing vital just yet. But it rips clean, and this one actually howls as he rips it out of you, and And yeah, it looks pretty terrible for you right now. So, Levi, you actually hear the comms come through, and you hear Spencer scream on the comms. Arthur, what do you do?
Okay. Arthur is going to. Can he try MacGyvering a device to replicate the psychic frequency that was on the station? Basically, attempt to do to the creature what the station did to Spencer. Since these things seem to be have some sort of psychic connection. Can he attempt this? Or is that too much?
No. No. No, nice try. No. You don't have that
Just
level of
no.
technology here. No, you don't have that level of technology here.
That's true. He's only got his suit.
Yeah, and a PDD. No. Yeah, sorry.
Spencer, are you going to like play dead or anything?
Sort of, actually. Now that you mention it.
Sort of. Well, Arthur is hoping Spencer is going to succeed at this. While this fight is going down, Arthur is going to grab the scientist, and he is going to attempt to. I'm not sure where would be good. Well, he's going to attempt to use stealth to take him and the scientist out of sight, out of mind, whatever, from the warrior. Hopefully the warrior cannot find them.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you're gonna like head towards the trees or something, maybe, and try to make a stealth check.
Yeah, I mean, is the scientist wearing? I guess he hasn't been having issues with the blizzard at this point. But yeah, I guess we'll head into the trees. Maybe there's some ship debris around. I don't know how much this is broken up. But yeah, so that's what he'll do.
Okay. All right. All right. So, yeah. So it looks like, which way do you want to go on the map? Left or right?
Let's go left. It looks like there's more foliage over there. And my
Left, you
stairs
said?
are over there. Sorry. Go ahead.
Left, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you're going to make a run for it to the tree line?
Yes.
Okay. Click that run button down at the bottom. Left. Okay, sweet. That means you can move 9 hexes.
All right.
And just for simplicity, since you're pulling the scientist along, we'll say he moves also 9. Okie dokie. Sweet. And to Sin in chat, I have a lot of experience with Savage Worlds. It's usually better to, specifically with sci-fi and Savage Worlds, the numbers can kind of like work against you. You just kind of have to like lean towards role playing, especially with like sci-fi and Savage Worlds, because the numbers can really stack up against you. And I knew that going into this campaign, so I wanted to lean towards RP first until we kind of struck that balance of knowing where we could die. So,
spoiler alert, it's everywhere.
yeah. Okay, so Arthur went and he's trying to drag the scientist towards the tree line. And Aston, it's a good time to check in both Aston and Jeremy. You heard him scream over the comms. Both of you did. How are you reacting to this? The tribesmen have stopped because the sun has gone down. and they're setting up a fire. And one of them has taken a bit of a lumber, and one of them is actually forcing Aston to the ground. And they appear to be like trying to treat his wound or something like that. They're taking a piece of lumber and they're burning and scalding the end of it. And they appear to be trying to treat his wound by cauterizing it. They haven't started yet, but that appears to be what they're trying to do.
It appears we made a mistake, Aston.
I could not make athletics to save my life at this point, literally. So I'm just gonna be looking to you for help on this one.
I'm going to attempt to stop them by pushing the thing away, the charred stick kind of thing, and waving my hands back and forth like, semi-generic.
The smart one gets in your face, and he says, "Grow up, black fuck," and he holds the fur up to Aston's chest, and he holds his hands together as if like a wound, and he goes like he's going to try to make it better. That's what he's trying to. That's the message he's trying to say.
So, is it one of the big dumb ones, or is it the smart guy that wants to do the poking? Aston,
it's not the smart one doing the. It's not the smart one doing the poking. Okay. But it's him trying to convey the message.
I'm not okay with any of this, but I'm less okay with bleeding out.
By the way, the golden hour is very much approaching. If you're going to heal those wounds, it's got to be now.
I don't know what I'm doing as far as healing someone. I also don't know what I'm doing as far as the hell. Can I shove money into it? That sounds like a good idea.
Remember, you got that card last session that means you're going to get a scar from the healing check?
Uh-huh.
This is where that comes in. Remember? This is that.
It doesn't heal all my wounds, but then I get a nice little scar for a month?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're just gonna let this ride, I guess.
Okay. And no, it doesn't. The card doesn't say you heal all your wounds. It says you take the wounds and you get a scar from it. It doesn't say all your wounds get healed.
No?
It just says you take the wounds, and when all your wounds get healed, you'll suffer a scar. If I remember correctly.
I mean, there had to have been some benefit to using it otherwise.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just say he heals them. He makes the heal check. I was going to have him roll, but sure, we'll say it. He succeeds on his heal check. But
so while you're talking to him, you just hear
yeah, he succeeds in healing you. But it's a process of like burning and then maggots and like gross like movie stuff that you've seen in movies before.
Oh, I pass out.
You probably. Yes, probably. But yes, so screaming, Aston screams, and it's funny, it's like Spencer screams and then Aston screams. So yeah, so that's how it happens. Okay.
Can I scream, if only we had some way to communicate with them psychically, and then I'll pass out.
Okay, so now you can mark off your 2 wounds, Aston. Okay, now back to Spencer. You are still shaking, Spencer. So you cannot take any actions. You can move, however. Do you want to move?
Without getting attacked.
Is that a no?
Well, if I can't do anything, where did Arthur go? You just ran away.
He's trying to get the scientist out of here. He thought you were going to play dead. He forgot that you were shaken, though.
Let me see. I had 2 adventure cards. Was there a reason for that, or we got to pick one?
You forgot to spend one when you used your thing.
Well, no, I spent it. I just had 2.
You get 2, but can only spend 1 a session for now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Oh.
I had to roll on the injury table as part of this card too. It rolled twice, so I guess GM discretion on which one of these it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's going to get like an attack of opportunity.
Oh, so you're moving, Shaun?
Well, if I move, right, he's going to get a free attack.
Yeah, if you move, yes.
Yeah. And then can I try to come out of shaken?
No, that's what the roll was. You automatically roll to try to come out shaken. It already rolled.
Fuck. Okay. And then so my only hope here is to just try to go first next round.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that. Probably die.
Levi, some time passes, and you can stir Aston awake. Aston, you only rolled once really on the guts table, in the injury table. You rolled guts, and then one of the effects from guts on the injury table is a strength reduced. You can also roll vigor reduce, I think. And you happen to roll strength reduction. So temporarily.
So is that permanent or for a month?
It's temporarily. It's temporarily.
Okay.
You're just
I dropped it down to a
now.
D4.
Well, you won't drop it that way. Raise it back up. And you're just going to do it this way. You're going to do lower. That way.
How the hell did you do that?
You right-click on it, and then you click the boost lower button.
Ah, cool. Okay.
That way you don't accidentally forget. And okay, so Levi, you stir him awake. He wasn't out long, and you know your friends are messed up. You guys can talk amongst yourself, maybe in chat or something like that, about what y'all want to do. Spencer, here you go. You are not shaken anymore. What do you want to do?
I'm thinking about just using fear again, just because it doesn't appear that he has it seems to be effective, or at least Spencer thinks it's effective, and at least that'll give me a second. Because I'm kind of getting low on power points, and I don't want to blow them all on some huge power that doesn't work. So hopefully it works.
Okay, give it a shot. All right, good deal. Fear worked.
Okay.
All right, he's given the panic condition. And maybe you can just take off running and just keep maintaining it until you flee. I don't know.
Maybe. Let's see. How far away is our ship?
It's about 300 meters away.
Okay.
Don't worry, I won't have you guys make athletic rolls to get to it. It'll just be like probably vigor rolls or take fatigue to get to it. I mean, if you want to do a break, like a straight out run, to get away from this guy. Aston, you guys are both conscious now. I mean, you guys are talking amongst yourselves about what you want to do. Near human warrior, he's still panicked. He's just going to run away from that spot. All right. And Arthur, you still heading to the tree line? Look at that. Stealth rolls.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, does Spencer mention like what he's doing or anything like that?
Yeah, I just over the comms, I'm like, I'm headed to the ship.
Okay, I think we're gonna try to bunker in this ship until this thing goes away. We'll try to meet up with you.
Okay.
More splitting up in a blizzard. I love it.
So I think Arthur is going to take the scientist and get in this ship and hopefully lock the hatch and try to find medical supplies, because now we have multiple party members who are injured. And yeah,
Wait,
figure
you're going to
something
climb up in the ship you couldn't climb in before?
Well, it's got stairs now. Unless from what he saw, it didn't. I mean, this looks like a
you're
fairly
right.
small
You're
ship.
right. You're right. No, it's a rather large ship. Yeah.
Okay. So it should have something he can use.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So if the near humanoid is running in panic,
Yes.
then Arthur isn't going to bother with stealth. He's just going to run the humanoid or with the scientist up into the ship.
All right. Just to check in with Spencer real quick. What is your plan now? The
I want to
creature.
get to the medical bay on our ship.
So you're just going to run away. Are you going to maintain the fear while you're running away?
I'm not. Let me see.
Yes, you are. I have the adventure card that will just give you back 2d6 power points at some point.
Oh, nice. Okay. Let me see, because that's instantaneous. It's duration instant. So I guess.
Well, it doesn't have a. I would look for you. I don't trust you. Nothing against you, buddy, but I don't trust you.
You're dumb. Yeah. I mean, it says duration instant, so I believe it's probably what? It lasts for one round.
Yeah, I'll make a ruling right now. You can maintain it.
Okay.
And we'll figure it out later. We'll figure it out later. That's all roll. Okay.
So I'll just spend another PowerPoint.
Yes.
2 PowerPoints.
But it's gonna cost you. Yeah, I would at least maintain it for like another round so you can get some distance from the guy.
Yeah.
If you do at least that, I'm gonna make you make a vigor roll at least while you run back to the ship. 1 vigor roll for you to run back to the ship, or take fatigue because it's so far back to the ship. So make 1 vigor roll to run back to the ship, because that'll give you enough distance between him and you. Okay, good. That's the wounds and the Joker offset each other. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna drop out of combat now. We're gonna get rid of some enemies in the combat tracker. All right. And so you make it back to the medical bay in the ship, and you're still wounded, and you're not fatigued. You're slightly out of breath, and you rush back up in there. Arthur, you get back up in that other ship. I'm assuming you close the hatch behind you.
Does it lock?
Do you create some solution to make sure you can
be open
close
from the
it or
outside?
lock it behind you?
Yes, he would do that. Yes.
Make a repair roll or something. Look at that. So you look around the ship. You go to the engineering bay, engineering section of the ship. You find a welder. and you weld the hatch shut.
Okay.
And you just tack it shut, just enough that you know you can break it loose. And so you've got tacked shut. You know what tacking is, where you just like put like a small little
Yeah, just
pop.
dots.
Yeah. And so you feel secure with the scientist, and he's like, "Oh, thank you so much for saving me." So I didn't know what they were going to do to us, but they were so aggressive. But I knew I had to get back here and turn this beacon on. Thank you.
Yeah, well, we're not out of the woods yet. And now they have my crew too. So,
Okay, so
Yeah.
now all of you are off that map, and we will go back to the other screen we had before. And so now we go back to Aston and Jeremy. So what are you guys doing now?
Are we still at the little makeshift camp?
If you want to be. What were you guys planning when you were over there?
I had no plan other than I know I can't overpower these people, and with my current situation, I was basically at their mercy.
Okay. Did you guys try to communicate with them at all? Jeremy? Levi?
I mean,
The sun has
mildly
come
while he
down.
was-
Do y'all want to try to slip away from them? Maybe stealth away from the camp? Go back to your
That's what I was
friends?
going to ask Aston if he felt like he could move and get away, or do we want to just let them lead us back to... Wait, hang on. Did we figure... Does my actual character know that these guys have the rest of the people we're looking for?
Yeah, Arthur said so.
Okay, cool. So I'm like, well, we want to know where they're taking us, but maybe we want to try and track them through the blizzard from our ship.
Well,
If
so
you think, good.
they haven't been aggressive towards us yet. They helped us with that creature, and they helped me with this wound. I guess you could say that would help.
You're not going to bleed out now.
No, that's true. I'm sore as shit, but if you want to try to get out of here, we can make an attempt for it, but I don't know what's worse, staying here and having them lead us there, or suffering through this blizzard.
Jeremy wants us to go there and just be like dun 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 dun. Oh, and then we'll talk to them and get our guys back out somehow without any bloodshed at all. And then we catch up with Spencer, and he's like, blow the guy up. And anyway, sorry. God, if somebody else could pilot the ship, this would be a much simpler answer.
We need to get Arthur to build an autopiloting feature.
Arthur, are you still on comms?
We have an AI.
Does the scientist guy you have know how to fly a ship?
Maybe if I spend a penny.
Does the scientist guy know how to fly a ship?
Yeah, I mean, Arthur will ask him.
You can spend a penny and say that he's the pilot of the science team. It's a
Okay.
great use for a penny.
Yep. Arthur spent a penny.
Yeah. He says, yeah, I was the one that flew the science team down here.
Yeah, look at their ship, though.
That is a point. I did say that he's the one that crashed the ship. But, I mean, he is a pilot.
So I think our plan for now will be to let them take us to the other people and hopefully be able to get out on our own with the backup plan of Arthur, you get the pilot to our ship and have him come rescue us if need be. I guess.
Okay. We'll try that.
I'm open to other options. Spencer, are you still alive? Good.
Have I gotten back to the ship yet?
Yeah, you're back in the ship.
Okay. I'm like in the medical bay, like trying to like patch myself up. Like, dude, it hurts so bad.
All you had to do was talk to them.
No. Uh,
Make
Aston,
a
it looks like
make
you're
a
our
healing roll,
communications officer.
Sean.
I don't have healing, so I was hoping something here.
You said
Do
you're
we
patching
have
yourself
some
up,
kind
right?
of bonus on that, right?
Yeah, there's a +2 bonus in the med bay, but I don't know if that
That's for
works if
recovery
you don't.
rolls, not healing checks.
Okay.
Make a healing roll
Unskilled?
with a -2 for being wounded.
Perfect. It's just a bit
Just don't nat one it.
true.
I
Look
can
at that.
ace it.
Because he
Wow.
rolled like a lot of d4s. So yeah, so that's what happens when we ace in Savage Worlds. Yeah, so you got 1 wound back.
Feeling much better. Take some time.
It's the one on the side, right? You just wrapped an ace bandage all the way around your waist.
Yeah. Stop the bleeding.
I got to get that kid better training.
Yeah, I locked down the ship. So nobody can just get in. And then let's see. I'm just going to rest for just a little while, get some power points back.
What happened to the natives that you were with?
Killed one of them. One of them ran off.
Oh my god.
He's got to tell his friends.
Yeah, he's on his way.
Ah,
Unless you guys leave this camp, they're gonna camp for like an hour, just to warm up by the fire and eat a little bit. Levi and Aston, and then they're gonna start trekking again towards their cave.
But we have no way of knowing that.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if you guys are dawdle too long, they're
Well,
gonna basically just pick up and leave.
And how far did we travel until we got here?
Like 50 minutes, I guess, because you were
Okay,
damn
so-
close to that golden hour being gone.
Okay, so I mean, we were. My thing of logic is we traveled a short enough distance that we are at risk of the surviving native to come and fucking tell everybody that, hey, these guys just killed our friend.
Yeah, unless you
Yeah,
guys
so as soon
backtrack
as-
and kill him.
So as soon as Spencer says that he killed one of the natives, I'm just gonna like kind of snap my head over at Levi with a what the fuck look. It's like, I think we should
that's
exercise option A. Yeah.
Yeah, that's our cue to go. This right. So
we do need to find the rest of the science team. And they're going to be in danger too once this unfriendly returns to his people.
I'm gonna look down at my suit and think hard and find some part of it or another piece of gear that I'm trying to find that we can track better, and I'm gonna give it to the smart one. Oh, where's my? Oh, there's my inventory. Oh, right.
So you're gonna basically put something on him, hopefully, that you can basically, like with basically something like an RFID chip or something like that you can hopefully like follow it essentially,
Exactly.
like an RFID tag or something like that.
Yeah. That is what I would like to do.
Okay. All right. I mean, it might be hard to track in the blizzard, but you can do it. You can do it.
But it is
doable.
Okay, but it'll take it from like I don't know, we're blind chancing in this general direction to we actually get a roll for it kind of a thing.
Yes.
That I'm cool with that. That's all
Okay.
I wanted.
You think I'm like slipping a PDD or something on him, or Like a piece of like a weapon or like a helmet or.
I think I need my helmet. The thing I'm looking at is the comm link.
Yeah,
I think that's probably the best.
that would probably the
or
most
worse.
effective thing for you to give him.
Yeah.
Because it's a communication device, right? It probably puts off the strongest signal.
Yeah. Okay.
You might have to convince him that it's some kind of trophy, though. Like from one warrior to another.
Okay. So I'm going to like get his attention, hold out the comlink thing, and push at him, and then point at Aston's. Point at Aston. Point at the spot that was hurt on Aston, and be like, hand it to him. Gracious sort of gestures like this. I'm trying to convince him that this is a gift for him helping Aston.
Are you trying to persuade?
Possibly. Probably.
If so, I would like to assist.
Interesting. I'm trying to decide what skill that would be. No, harsh terrain. No, interesting is not bad in this situation. I'm actually trying to help him. I'm trying to decide what skill that would be. I was leaning towards like a battle because it seems like something like two warriors would know, like the language that you guys are doing. But battle is also more for strategic, like. So, I guess persuade. I don't know, but because you're also trying to convince each other through non-language.
Yeah.
Are those two skills kind of similar for you? Around the same skill
that's
level?
what I was going to say. They're both a D6.
Okay, then we'll just say persuade then, I guess.
Just a straight persuade.
And Aston, are you helping him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna Benny that.
Okay.
And remember, that's with a raise because of the.
You're gonna
chat.
use the raise. Sweet. Okay, so that
you get a
gives
plus
you.
2.
Yep, that gives you a +2 then.
And I'm gonna kind of like almost like get down to my knees and like put my hand on like the wound and then kind of like put my hands forward like it's a gift, like I'm groveling almost, like head down, arms out.
Very cool. So Jeremy, you get a +2 to this one because of. Oh, sweet. And that +2 made you actually. Wow, that was just enough to make it a success.
Bad.
Hey, it turned it into a success if it wasn't for it, man. So the audience gave you that success. So that's awesome. Okay, so the leader of them, this individual accepts the gift and holds it close to his chest and kind of nods and hangs his head down low and grunts and beats it against his chest and he holds it out to you in thanks. And he did he ever see it in your ear at any point?
I mean, probably because I would have had to take the helmet off and then take it off.
Then he starts trying to put it in his ear.
I want to try and. I'll try and help him put it in there and switch it to another channel so it won't be on our normal channel.
Cool. Okay, cool. All right, you succeed. And he puts it on his ear and he looks happy. Very cool.
Okay, now Levi, tell him to leave so we can sneak out of here.
All right. So do you guys just leave the camp, or do y'all try to stealth away, or what?
I mean, I'm good with stealth. I don't know if fucking power armor here can stealth or not.
I don't think it gives any negatives to stealth, actually.
You're muted.
I didn't read any negatives to
Yeah.
stealth.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think it gives any negative stealth. Because you can control how light your step is because you have, like, actuators or stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
I'm all good with that then.
So I'm gonna let you sneak first, and then I'll wait like, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds, and then
How am I
sneak
encumbered
later.
now?
because your strength went down.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
fuck. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Let's look and see how long. Actually, look that up while we're playing. See how long that lasts.
It's for a month.
For a month.
An in-game month, yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's
Are
how
you
long the
sure
scar
you're supposed to
lasts
take
for,
that
so I'm
injury?
just gonna stick with it. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it.
Okay.
I like the RP of it.
Okay. And
I
it
just got
said that on the
my
card.
core ripped open, so the
It's-
card says you keep the scar for an in-game month, so I'm just gonna keep the injury for an in-game month too.
Okay. Cool. That's pretty detrimental, but okay. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm sure I won't live to regret it.
Accurate.
So yeah, so whenever the moment arises when the eyes are off me, I'm gonna kind of hold my gut and kind of slip to the side and sneak off a couple yards away enough that I can actually still see Levi and wait for him.
I like the suggestion from Cap from chat. Okay, Levi, you gonna
okay.
make your stealth check?
Let's see if I can.
There we
It's a
go.
4.
There we go. So both of you managed to slip away from the camp. And what is your destination after you slip away? Back to the ship?
Punch Spencer in the head.
So your destination is punch Spencer in the head. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And my destination is that as well.
All right. So you guys eventually make it back, which takes you guys like 40 minutes. So Arthur is like playing
On that way,
cards
we need
on
to-
the ship with the scientist.
Yeah, in the route there, we would also communicate back that we managed to escape. We're headed back. I just managed to escape's a little dramatic. We're headed back.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Okay, cool.
that's what I was trying to say.
Okay. Just a reminder to the people in the chat, you can spend channel points to give the players bumps, bonuses to +1 bonuses to trait rolls and damage rolls, and also buy up raises, successes into raises. So use those channel points to make the heroes better. They're not quite as good as Benny's, but it can help them in a pinch, as we already saw for Jeremy. So, okay. So we see Aston and Levi trounce on up to the Griffin Explorer, which is sitting, which is I almost said quietly, but there's a blizzard raging around the Griffin Explorer. You climb up through the dorsal hatch and get inside the ship, and you guys find Spencer in the medical bay.
How many hours has it been since I got back to the medical bay?
It has been about an hour and a half.
PowerPoint's there. Okay.
So is there punching commencing?
Hmm.
Has Arthur made any attempt to make it back to the ship, or is he still there?
I think
What?
he's waiting for people to help him, I think.
Well, while all this was going on, I think Arthur would have acted on his previous idea that he couldn't do earlier, now that he has access to equipment, which is to make some sort of device that gives off a psychic signal that would hopefully bother these creatures enough to either knock them unconscious or drive them away.
A psychic signal to drive them away?
Well, I guess it did take a while for Spencer to fall unconscious on the space station. I don't know. What do you guys think?
You're trying to recreate the kind of technology that was in an alien device?
Well, you said it's like 133 megahertz or something like that. That was the artifact.
Yeah, but you didn't really spend a lot of
similar.
time. But you didn't really spend a lot of time like with hands on that device, like you know what I mean?
Okay. So he doesn't have the knowledge.
Yeah, you didn't spend a lot of time with that device, like really getting your hands on it and like. Does that make sense? Like analyzing it and like knowing how to recreate it.
Okay. What does the ship have? I mean, is it kind of a similar setup as we have? Does it have
Yeah,
medical
it's a bit more.
supplies?
It's disc shaped, but I mean, it's smaller than you guys. But yeah, it's. I mean, it's not that much different than yours. It's got more supplies for like medical equipment. It's got science equipment like your science bay. And it's got. It's not that. Yeah, it's not really that much different than yours. It's just more compact and tighter.
Is it badly damaged? How much work would it be required to get it flying again?
It wouldn't be. It's not necessarily much. The hull and stuff like that isn't really much damaged. It's just the engines and stuff took a lot of damage from the impact of it landing. And you think it'd be a hard time just like unburying it from the earth and snow and all that kind of stuff, just getting it off the ground.
Okay. Arthur is going to, in that case, create, because we all have helmets, he's going to create a sonic device that is very high frequency that will, I guess, give disadvantage or distraction in combat if we get into combat with these creatures again.
That's a good idea. Okay.
We'll go with that.
Very cool. That's a good idea. Okay. So that would be, yeah, make a repair roll to do that, please. And something you could just like switch on and kind of like emit something, maybe?
Right.
Cool. I'd say that would be versus probably Vigor. Okay. Cool. Sweet. All right. I'll say they get a -2 to the roll since you got a raise.
Okay. Sounds good. How much time total has passed? Because I think after, I don't know, 30 minutes, he would have probably tried to get back to the ship with the scientist.
Yeah, I'll say you can probably venture out now. Yeah.
Okay. This is only 300 meters, I believe you said. So.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Yeah, sure. Maybe you're okay. Then you're probably there when everybody else gets there. Then probably.
Okay.
Okay. Then everybody is met back up at the Griffin Explorer then, with the one scientist. And so we'll say that Levi and Aston, when you all arrive, you come into the medical bay, and instead of Shaun being there, instead of Spencer being there, the scientist is there, and he's in a warming blanket from all the cold that he's been in the last few hours, and you guys are kind of seeing him in there, and Arthur is kind of in the corner of the room, examining his new device he's built. And where is Spencer at the moment?
Probably would have been still sitting in. Probably would have just gone to his room after he took care of the medical stuff.
Okay. All right. Okay, Captain. What's the plan?
I'm Levi. Who are you? Talking to the scientist.
Scientist says, I'm Gregor Chambers. I'm the pilot of that vessel that was crashed out there. Member of the science team. Thank you so
Good.
much for coming to get us.
Well, hold off on that until we get our asses off the planet. What were they doing with you? What direction were they, y'all?
So, well, it's hard to keep track of direction here, to be honest. Uh, I think we lost our compasses during the crash. Everything's kind of scattered in the ship, but anyways, I think their camp is to the southwest. But they started to. We were kind of looking around outside our ship, and they started kind of being aggressive with us, and started kind of forcing us to their camp. We didn't really understand what they were trying to tell us. Well, I say they. Their leader. He's the only one that seems to speak. It's quite strange, really. I've never seen a culture like that. Only one person doing all the talking. It's just weird. The rest of them doing all the grunting and jumping around and swinging their spears. Anyways.
You've never met my family. I'm perfectly fine with that dynamic.
Well, but anyways, so we were convinced they were going to hurt us, cook us, or eat us or something. So I just couldn't take it anymore. I knew the only way for anyone to save us was just to fire up that beacon. So I escaped. So, but they sent a couple of goons out after us, and unfortunately, I had to kill one of them trying to escape. So, but I got to the beacon, activated it, and that's why you're here.
Check. Did they have you all tied up or locked up or etc.? Did they have more than spears? Did you get to their village?
No, they didn't
What
have
are we
us
going
tied up.
into?
I mean, they stuck us in some kind of pen or something. But they didn't have us tied up or anything. It was warm in there, and it was kind of cozy. But I don't know.
They didn't do anything to actually hurt you. They didn't lock you up. And your first instinct was, these people are going to eat us. I need to kill one and leave.
Well, they're
Have
monsters.
you met Spencer on our...
They're monsters. Look at them. They're uncivilized.
How are they monsters?
Look at them.
What did they do that showed any monstrous?
And being aggressive.
You know, for a smart person, you're pretty fucking stupid. So you're saying that because they haven't evolved as much as you have yet in their life culture, that they're monstrous?
I tried to get a way to activate the beacon, and they wouldn't even let me.
I'm sure that there's a little bit of a communication barrier there.
Okay, Spencer.
What was I supposed to do? The only way for us to get saved was to turn on that beacon.
I'm not faulting you for that. I'm just saying it's a bit presumptive to think that just because they look different and they act a bit more barbaric, that they were going to do anything to harm if they put you into a warm pen and kept you out of the snow.
Well, what's done is done. It's in the past.
Yeah. I'll drink to that. Levi, do we have alcohol on this vessel?
Some of us do. Some of us aren't old enough to drink yet. I yell down the hall.
Oh, Spencer's drinking already. But...
Hey, I could make a distillery.
We'll have to talk about that later.
He says, what about the rest of my team? I activated the beacon so all of us could be saved.
I know, and that's why I'm trying to get information from you to know what kind of a situation we're going into. Okay.
And what about the outpost? That's why we came here.
Okay, Jeremy doesn't remember anything about an outpost. They came here looking for a
Alien outpost.
because
Yeah,
okay,
it was
right.
in the catalog directory of the
Check.
octahedron ancient station. It's
Did
in
you-
that big circle area on the map. You'll all see.
Yeah. Did any of your people get to there, or are these aliens near it? What? I don't care about that right now as far as getting everybody to somewhere safe, unless you give me more
Well,
information.
we don't know where its location
So I
is,
come in,
but
I'm like, hey, I can try, reach out, maybe a mind link with the other scientists. Maybe we can get a direction. I found him.
Man, if only you could have done that with the natives.
Yeah, while he was pointing a big pointy stick in my goddamn face.
Yeah, that's why you tried talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. When he's pointing a stick in my face and threatening to kill our scientist, I don't want to hear it from you. You're the one who fucking murdered some dude back on that fucking planet we were on.
Oh, you mean the guy that was trying to kill the foreign
Yeah, and the guy that
luminary? Oh, yeah, that guy? Yeah, oh, yeah. The one that I saved your ass from? That's cool. Apparently, that coma that you were in fucked up your thinking, and you're going to result to taking after my actions of shoot first, ask questions later.
apparently.
Do I look like the person to look up to?
I'm trying to save my own life, and hey, we've got at least got one scientist. So let's try and focus on the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Arthur, I gave the leader my comm link. Can you see if you can track that signal? I put it on such and such channel, not our
will do
default
so.
one.
electronics roll, you'll take a -2 penalty because of the blizzard.
Okay. Does the telemetry center come into play in this or not?
Yes, it will. The you have to. It'll offset
Balance
the
out.
-2.
Cancel. Or what was that?
It'll offset the -2.
Oh, okay. I'm going to Benny that.
Yes, you have an exact location, close enough that you guys think you can easily find them. And they appear to have stopped. So you can probably safely assume that they have reached their destination.
I'm muted. Right. I'm now. Do we take the ship or do we? How many aliens did you see there, Gregor? Approximately. Like 5, 20 more?
Able-bodied warriors or the whole tribe?
Let's go. How about just both numbers? Like, able-bodied might still mean magic brain powers.
Oh, he says, there's only one like their leader. That's what I wanted to speak to you about next. So, I find him quite strange. I find it so interesting that there's only one of his kind. It's so unique on an evolutionary level. I mean, this idea we have like essentially a near human civilization, something like a Neanderthal or a Cro-Magnon Homo sapien ancestor. But we have one within their people that is of a higher level of intelligence. It is impossible, seemingly, I mean, even physically, we've seen him uncovered a scientist. It should be impossible. He even physically is more evolved.
Do you think he's a different species?
I mean, I haven't had a chance to, like, actually research him, like, up close, but I believe that he is. I believe that something has affected him. And the only other connection that I can think of here at this place is the alien outpost that we're in search of.
Jeez, man. They had a crappy TV show way back when about explanations like that. I can't figure out how they did it. Must have been aliens. I take it none of your team has any magic brain powers. Psychic. I forget what word we use in this campaign.
Psychics.
Psychics. And I don't see how any of that helps us get your friends out of their encampment.
So, how did you kill the one?
He draws out his pistol and he says, "With this."
And did they see you kill him?
Unfortunately, yes.
So we don't actually even know if your friends are still alive right now.
Well, if they think of his friends like he thought of them, then they're probably all dead.
Well, can you tell us about the cave entrance? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I know it's built into a mountain system. I mean, it's just a network of caves built into the side of a mountain system. A handful of small network caves built around the edge of a cliff. Smaller caves entering into it.
Were you guys held very, very deep in the cave system? And
no, it's a surface level cave system. It's a surface level cave system.
Is there an area we could set the ship down in front of? Just get in, get our people, and get out again?
It should be relatively easy.
Maybe use the element of surprise.
The element of big ass ship with turrets.
Yes.
We have technology to our advantage. They're uncivilized. This shouldn't be difficult.
Okay. We watched them kill a giant creature in a single fell swoop. They may be Neanderthalic. They may be underdeveloped by your standards, but they will fuck us up if it comes into combat. Maybe not a ship, but maybe a ship. I don't know. And I don't think your pistol's going to help too much if the whole tribe's after us. Which, thanks to you and our little friend here, they probably are. So, do you know where the outpost is?
Well, no. I think the only one who knows. Well, I'm just guessing, but I bet the only one who knows is their leader.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's going to love to talk to you. Okay. So, we
you're
have to go
all
back
full of
no matter
criticism with no ideas.
I will shoot you in the face.
Okay, let's calm down.
And then he just storms off.
Okay. Arthur, so we're going to have to idea. Do you have any sort of means of building something that may allow us to communicate better?
Can you whip up a universal translator?
They don't exist.
I don't know how they communicate, so I'm going to say no at this point.
Okay.
It's a previously unknown society. They do not exist.
I mean,
right, but they seem to be. They have gestures that we were able to make similarities and connections with how they gesture and how we gesture. Levi was able to give the leader a gift, so that maybe has bought us at least some sort of neutrality with him, at least with him, despite the undoing that we've had from. But so we may be able to do that, but some sort of, if we could figure out a way to mimic the communication, obviously it wouldn't be a direct translation, but we may be able to get some commonality there. Otherwise, we just go in and fucking kill everybody, and I really don't want to have to resort to that one.
Well, we do still have Spencer if he's willing to communicate psychically. I mean, I could try analyzing their linguistic patterns and gestures and all that, but linguistics is not my forte.
I mean, Spencer can write a program. Spencer can try to write a program that does that.
Looking at Spencer.
I mean, I could try it, or we could try some kind of commonality when they're pointing big fucking sticks in our face. So whichever one you go with there, Captain.
I'll shoot you in the face too.
Let's calm down, Aston. Spencer, I'm talking about the future, not the past. So I don't know what your brain can do. Can you talk to somebody with your mind?
I can try.
Cool. And you know what? Worst case scenario, they wave some sticks at you and you hopefully know what the hell they're trying to say. And or when they're going to try and stab you with the stick instead of just wave it at you, maybe.
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay, so the plan is to fly over there and try to take advantage of Mind Link to try to help you in negotiations before they become aggressive negotiations.
Yes.
Man, that'd have been a crazy idea to try first.
What's funny is I did not expect this whole session to go this way. I completely prepared a whole different session.
Arthur, did you make any determination what importance this scientist has besides crashing ships?
I believe that's pretty much all he does.
Because we may have a negotiation chip
exchange.
If we don't need him for anything, if we can save 19 of them by giving the 20th one up that killed their person, that's a risk I'm willing to take.
There were 4 science team members, so you can give up 1 for the other 3.
I mean, depending on what he does.
Yeah. Okay.
Just an idea.
All right. Okay.
I'd offer up Spencer too, but I have a feeling that Levi would veto that one.
All right.
Maybe.
Now, I feel like I will veto both of them and just leave with all of us. Hopefully, that would be the ideal situation. Even if the aliens are pissed and throwing spears at my ship.
Well, all of us meaning the 4 scientists in tow, or all of us, just us.
Oh no! That's the baseline. Is all 4 of us, but hopefully it'll be all 4 of them too.
Well, whatever you want to do, I'm going to go ready the cannons.
Check.
Okay. All right. So strap into the pilot chair, Levi. Get ready to drive this thing in a blizzard.
Yeah. So, Arthur, can you analyze the blizzard, wind, somethings, ice, sleet, etc., and maybe find not necessarily the break, but like a good time to try and fly this, short little way across? I don't know.
You might be
That's
able to
Jeremy.
analyze the weather patterns and find a less turbulent route, like based on
Something like
geography,
that. Yeah.
etc.
Well, you were able to do that when we landed, so
Essentially supporting you with a science roll, essentially.
That's what Jeremy's asking. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Yep. Go ahead and do that. That would be
Science roll.
done from the telemetry center. That will give you a +2 on your piloting
Ooh.
roll. I think last time I will give. Normally it'd be a -2, so this will be a piloting roll at no penalty.
Check.
And just out of curiosity, so wouldn't he get an additional +2 because of the telemetry center?
Piloting gets no bonus.
Well, he means
No, I
Arthur.
mean for the science roll.
Science rolls do not get a telemetry center bonus. Only electronics rolls.
Electronics, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Piloting go. Let's just use Benny there.
How'd you get 4? Oh, Joker got played.
Swoosh.
You got him to spare.
That's better.
And then you got a raise. So you make it there in much faster time, or you make it look good. Do you want to make it there and make it look good? Maybe kind of intimidate the tribal near humans? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
Also, fun little thing. If you drag the Benny over the skill you're going to re-roll, it spends your Benny and re-rolls it.
Oh, cool.
I found that out on accident.
Well, there you go.
I learned that in Fantasy Ground College.
You took some Fantasy Grounds college classes, huh? Very cool. Okay.
I definitely took their one about making custom attacks things. That was very helpful.
Very cool. Okay. Glad to see people participating in the Fantasy Grounds College. Okay. Okay, so you guys arrive at the cave network. And so you guys, so it kind of looks like, so it's up in the like where the foothills start to turn into the mountain peaks. Starts to turn into the slow incline of the mountains, right? And so you guys see where it where the trails start to like where the trails start to disappear into like cave openings, right? And there's multiple cave openings, like every say, I don't know, like 300 meters or so, or every 200 meters or so. And like the community is split between these different cave openings, right? And cavern openings. And so you're kind of getting the gist that the community is all divided in this region, right? And your ship is picking up that one of these caverns belongs to the leader. And so you see like a sloped area that looks like it's probably graded light enough that you could probably land the ship on.
Cool. Let's do it.
All right. So you land the ship like fancy like, and you come in at like a really swift speed, and some of these like gray skinned like humanoids are out, and they're wearing furs and stuff like that, and they look like some are female, but they're still large. They're still larger than even you guys are. And they're just mulling about, and they like start kind of like freaking out as you guys approach, and they start like running away and fleeing as you guys get close because they've never seen anything remotely like a ship ever before. And they start just running into the caverns as you guys get in there, and you can feel confident in saying that they're sufficiently intimidated by you. And what happens is you guys land and you hear the as the engine like sputters off and the ship lands, is that while all the villagers and the like the homemakers and stuff rush inside, the warriors come running out aggressively, wielding spears and battle axes. These battle axes are basically like stone picks, right? Stone-headed axes, and they start running out, prepared for battle. And what do you guys do? Do you guys disembark for the cargo door that like elevators down, or do you come down through the dorsal hatch? Or how do you guys come out?
Do we have really bright lights, like spotlights on this ship?
Yeah,
we
if you guys come over, it's still night. So do you guys just blast the lights at them, or what?
line them a bit?
Yeah, that would
Okay.
be the plan.
Sure. Yeah, so you blast the lights at the warriors, and they all and then like cover their eyes and like recoil. Some of them even take their spears and try to throw the spears at your lights, and I don't know. Let's roll a d12 and see if any of them like hit the lights. Nope. So none of them hit the lights, and they just kind of like bounce off of the ship, and then some of them like whoa, because they're just like frightened because at the beast they can't kill, and like they just kind of cower and step back, and this kind of scene goes on for quite a while if you guys don't come out.
Okay, Spencer, try to find the leader and mind.
Now, just to point out real quick, I mean,
good.
I let you do something really cool with Mind Link in that one scene.
Yeah.
I mean, to do the way Mind Link really works, I mean, it really is a range of smarts for its real purpose, which is asking questions. So, I mean, I'm kind of stretching the rules here with Mind Link. I probably should have stretched it at one time, because now you guys are going to do it a lot. But
it's also supposed to be, they have to be like willing and all that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, but like you can, I mean, I'll say make a Sonics roll. How about that? We'll say make a Sonics roll.
Okay.
I mean, it could also always be that Spencer just says, "No, I got to be closer." But
yeah.
Well, or the guy could be out of range.
Yeah.
Well, do we notice if the leader's arrived yet or not?
Well, he's not out there. You got that comm, right? That you're tracking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not out there right now. You believe he's like standing on a cliff edge nearby. Watching
Levi,
the
do you
scene
remember
unfold.
what frequency you put that to?
You haven't keyed to that right now.
Yes. So, gonna flip the switch over to that comm and try and make a noise that, whatever the noise was, that was we were calm and communicating, if you will, with the gift thing.
It was
You're
like
gonna
gros pla fuck.
You're gonna try to use language that you previously used with him that seemed like friendly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Make a smarts roll to see if you recall that language. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you do.
Very cool.
So I
Yeah,
used to talk
you're
to my
picking up
uncle.
on the sensors, Arthur, that it is coming closer.
Okay, I relay that to Levi.
I guess I'm gonna go down there, guys. Cover me.
I'm gonna hop in the gunner seat.
Yeah, I thought you already were.
Okay. I mean, that's what I said before, so that's fine. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Levi, just because if shit gets real crazy, I can drop like a fear bomb and we can run away.
Okay.
I'll try not to shoot you.
My only
Arthur?
concern is if you're noticed by the one guy who knows you killed somebody. And he points you out. Levi, I did make this device that should bother them if anything goes poorly. I guess I'll go with you so I have something to do.
Spencer, why don't you stay back just a little bit, and we'll see how the initial contact goes with their leader. And let's go down the dorsal, the bottom, like ladder, so that we don't open the whole cargo bay and allow grumpy, blinded spear throwers to come up onto the ship.
Okay. Spencer, do you agree with Levi's sentiment? Do you stay on the ship?
Well, I'm just worried about sending our captain out there by himself.
In power armor?
Well, yeah, but I mean, enough people chucking spears at you. I mean, it just takes one or two raises.
Actually, the only thing that can hurt him in powered armor is heavy damage.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Or
he
if they
wants to do-
specifically aim at his head. Like they have to make a called shot at his head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll just keep an eye on him through the window or something. And
Yeah.
if it looks like it's bad, I tell him, I'll be like, hey, I'm going to be watching you the whole time. And if it gets bad,
No, yeah. Come on down to the ladder or wherever you want to be. Just, not right up next to us at the very beginning, maybe.
yeah.
Is all I'm
so
saying.
I'm going to just like stare out like some window or something.
Yeah.
So I can keep visibility of him.
Do you have anything you can kind of put on to sort of cover your appearance a little bit? Maybe like something makeshift like what they have?
They don't have bandanas in the future, dude. Sorry.
You don't need a bandana. You just need a shirt
I can put an illusion on him.
on you.
On Levi.
What?
Well, no. Levi's fine on you, so they don't recognize you. You're the one that killed one of
Yeah.
their people.
No,
They
I
don't
know,
like
but
you.
I already said I was going to stay on the ship.
Well, right. I'm saying if you do go out there, though.
Yeah, if I go out there, I can do that.
Yeah, that makes way too much sense and is
Yeah,
far too
no,
simple.
I know, but I'm also fairly convinced they seem smart enough to know that I'm a member of the crew and I'm probably on the ship.
Yeah, but they don't know how many people we have. Anyway, you can.
Okay, so y'all climb down the dorsal hatch, and you start approaching through the bright lights, and so they keep reacting the way they are until you guys pass through that threshold of light, and they got their hands up trying to block the light until you guys pass through the threshold of light. And
I'll hold both my hands up so they can see them.
right, and they're still reacting this way with spears until you guys get that threshold, and then they're still like the immediate reaction is to start chunking spears at first, and then they react and they stop, and you don't see the leader, even though the sensors like show that he is here, and then suddenly he just appears right before you guys, and I don't know, would you guys be startled when he just like appears there?
I'm going to say no because Jeremy actually remembered that you had him do that last time.
Okay. All right. And Aston is inside, right? And Arthur's outside with you, though? Okay.
Yes.
I just
I'm
want
in
to
the
point
gunner
out,
chair.
too, to make sure everything's clear. Like, the only thing that can hurt Levi right now is someone headshotting him intentionally or Aston accidentally shooting him with the autocannon. So,
Arthur is rethinking his desire to be outside.
okay.
Somebody could probably hit go on the ship and blast me with the engines too, I'm sure. I didn't realize the power armor was quite that
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah. Anyways, so the leader's standing in front of you, and he says, he says things you can't understand, and in a guttural language, and he looks you up and down, and he kind of has a smirk on his face, and he touches the thing in his ear that you gave him, and he looks at you inquisitively, and he looks past you. He looks past you, like he's looking for someone.
I turn around and look at Arthur. Look back.
I think he's looking for Spencer. Remember, didn't he like touch foreheads with him or something, or like he did something? Or
And
sorry,
then
with Spencer,
you
yeah.
do that, and he nods.
Oh. Hey, Spencer.
Okay. Well, he knows who he's looking for, so I'm just gonna go out there. I don't think trying to pull one over on him is gonna get us anything good.
So when you come out there, Spencer,
Mm-hmm.
some of the circle of tribesmen start getting closer and closer around you guys. Weapons more aggressively. Hooting and hollering. Grunting. And the leader raises his fist like this to try to control them. And then he turns back and starts shouting at them. Like he's trying to control them in a guttural language. He seems to have difficulty trying to control them.
Can I try to yell too?
Sure. Make an intimidate roll. Make an intimidation roll.
Oh, I'm no good at that.
Shoot your weapon into the air.
Do you use some sort of weaponry to his like an active?
Yeah, why not? And let's do this Benny thing. So what was that? Oh right, unskilled.
Oh wow. Okay.
Bang bang bang.
Isn't there an action you can take to aim the cannons on the ship too?
You can shoot the cannons, sure.
I don't want to shoot. I just want to aim. I just want to make sure that like I'm targeted in on Levi.
Okay. You're gonna like turn them and like aim them at something? Sure, yeah. Take the aim maneuver.
Yeah, so
sure.
I'm basically aimed at Levi, and if shit goes sour, I'm gonna tell him to hit the deck.
Okay. All right, cool.
I think Arthur is going to back slowly back toward the ship. I think he's going to be more useful on the ship.
All right. Your gauge of the situation looks like he's having difficulty controlling the tribe. No doubt because of the situation right now, because of what's been happening among his tribe. But Levi and his aggressive intimidation seems to have quelled the tribe. I mean, Levi looks very intimidating right now in his big-ass armor and his frightening weapons. He starts firing into the air, and the tribe cowers with their spears, and they just recoil backwards. And they all quiet at his action. And the tribal leader steps forward to Spencer and puts his hand on his large hand on Spencer's shoulder. And he points far off into the distance. And he tightens his grip on your shoulder. And he points at you. And then he points again there in the distance. And then he points at himself. And then he points off in the distance.
You get all that?
Yeah, I'm just like I nod.
Do you want to make a smarts roll or anything to try to understand what he's saying, or a notice roll or anything? Probably a smarts, I guess.
I'll do a smarts.
Yeah.
Or a mind link.
You want to do like some kind of psionic attack, and he's gesturing kind of aggressively towards you.
I'm gonna Betty that.
You get the sense that he wants to take you somewhere.
Yeah, I figured. Okay. So, sure, I've got my jacket and some supplies. Do I
It looks
have
like he's pointing somewhere very, very far away.
Yeah. Okay, so I just kind of like put a hand up and attempt a mind link.
Okay. He opens his mind to you.
Okay. Just in case. So I guess it's a success if he's willing and all that.
Yeah, he's willing.
Okay. So I just basically say, where would you like me to go with you? I mean, I don't know.
He says, the question, so the answer to the question is to the ancient place far away. And you see images of a snow-covered structure, obsidian structure. You see images that he's seen in the past years ago when he was much younger. Someone who taught him took him there a long time ago. It was a perilous journey that he went on against monsters. And he reached there, and there his mind was awakened. And he became something else.
If I go with you, would you be willing to release the scientists?
The scientists we have are not prisoners. The one you have, though, must be found justice, though. The tribe demands it.
I just nod. Say, how long will we be gone?
It's one of those things that's hard to say because
Yeah, I know. I just because I tell him I'm like I just need to let my people know.
He doesn't count.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have like days. Do they have like a?
He says many days.
Many days. Okay. Okay. I'm pretty sure I can have some kind of like communication device or something I can take with me. So I just like look at Levi and I'm like, he wants me to go with him. He says he went on a quest and it opened his mind and transformed him, and he wants me to take me with him.
What, like back to his place for a spirit journey?
That's what I'm getting. Like a vision quest of some kind. He said the scientists are free to go. They're not prisoners. But
oh, good.
One scientist has to pay for his crimes. So I guess you guys can figure out what that means.
Check.
Yeah. But I think honestly, by going with him, this may I don't know what kind of science mission we're hoping to get here, but it may give us some kind of deeper understanding of what's going on here.
Sure.
Are you speaking over comms?
Yeah, I mean, I would have had it open.
Okay. Arthur would pipe up and suggest maybe instead of you going with him, he could come with us. And he'd direct us there.
It'd be a lot faster.
Let's see if he's open to it. So I ask him, I'm like, can we fly there? Is it? Would you be willing for us to take you there?
Trying to figure out a way to say this in a way that he would say it.
Mm-hmm.
The journey is part of the discovery.
The journey is the destination.
Power. Okay. So, like,
In other words, it's kind of cheating.
Teacher will appear.
what was that?
In other words, it's kind of cheating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I figured. Gotta ask. Okay. So I'm like, when do you want to leave?
Tomorrow.
Okay. So, all right. So I just let Levi know. Everybody, I guess. I'm like, I'm gonna go with this guy.
You're just gonna go with him?
Hey, I need to understand more about these abilities, and if he knows something, I'd like to figure it out. And I mean, hey, it may give us some kind of understanding of these people and the situation. I mean, Shane, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is like the only semi-intelligent life out there, right?
This is the only non-human intelligent life that's ever used psychic powers. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, and I try to like explain that. In terms of scientific discoveries, this is probably the biggest one that I can think of.
Arthur's the scientist. You're just the kid. What?
I'm
Okay.
like, well, this is a big deal. I'm like, Arthur, is this not a big deal?
I would like to go.
Yeah, I mean, you could ask him if you could ask him if you can bring other people with you. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, can I bring my friend here who is I try to like, I don't think he would understand scientists, but I'm like, he's a wise man in our culture. He doesn't want to interfere. He just wants to learn and watch and observe.
He says all of your friends can come if they want.
Oh, okay. Levi said you can come.
Thanks. So did he tell you where the scientists are?
No, he's been like where we're going. You know?
No, like the ones we're supposed to pick up. Like if I just yell, "Hey, scientists!" I'm gonna yell.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
We're here. Your ride's here. You can come out.
Yeah. I'll ask him. I'll be like, and so I just sort of agreed to go with them.
Let's see if you have enough PowerPoints to do all this, because I think you get one question per
Oh shit!
mind link. Hold on.
Oh.
Let's see how many PowerPoints you got left.
I thought it was for like 30 minutes or something.
Hold on.
Or is that mind reading?
Once activated the power links. Oh, okay.
Wow. You can stay linked for 1 mile? That's crazy.
Okay, no, it's telepathic link. Link tell me it's only when subjects communicate thoughts that aren't consciously transmitted aren't relayed. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's mind reading I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah, this is
Yep.
like
I got both powers confused. Okay. No, yeah, you can ask him where the where the scientists are. And he just points up the cave's above, and he points to the cave where they're stored at.
Okay. And then
And then he shouts out in a language to one of the other tribal warriors. And then there's some barking and growling back and hooting and hollering where they don't seem to be in agreement. But eventually they go get them. And then you see 3 scientists come back in tow. Dirty, covered head to toe in mud, and their jumpsuits kind of ragged. And they come back this way. And they come down the cliffside trail towards you guys. And they appear very excited to see that they have rescuers. And they come down to you guys. So, and the tribal warriors kind of part like a Red Sea. And kind of approach you guys. But now Shaun, he looks at you and says, "And the one who needs justice."
Just look at Levi, and I'm like, they want, what was his name?
Gregor Chambers.
Gregor, that's it. He mentioned justice, so I don't know what that means. I'm like, the scientist, he told us he was afraid, and I understand he harmed one of your people.
He was not harmed, and yet he harmed to ours.
Mm-hmm. And I just nod. I'm like,
yeah, it's awkward conversation, huh?
Yeah, I was like, look at Levi, and I'm like, well, they have their own. They want justice.
Yeah.
You want me to shoot him in the legs so we can't run away?
I mean, you might be able to convince him that we'll give him our own justice, but
Oh yeah, that's gonna work.
he did murder one of theirs.
How about, Arthur, you go talk to the scientist, see what useful information he has, have him recorded, write it down, send it to him, and let him know that the only way he saves his friends is by walking out there on his own accord. Because either he can die and the information that he has goes to waste, or he can die a hero. But either way...
Why do I have to talk to him?
I don't think that my rapport is on point with him at this moment. Not to mention, if he starts speaking scientific jargon and shit, I'm not gonna know.
He has a gun, by the way. Did we mention that? I don't have a gun. Even if I did, I'm terrible with guns.
If he kills you, I'll kill him.
Oh, that makes me feel so much better.
Nobody's telling you to make him come down. Just explain the situation to him.
Okay, I will do this. And Arthur will go find Gregor and say, hey.
And so, just while I've got the chief or whatever on, I don't know, while we're in our little chat room, I just ask him, is what do you, what type of justice will you give to this individual?
He took one of ours.
So you intend to kill him?
It is due punishment, yes.
Is there anything that you may accept in trade? I understand that we couldn't fully compensate you for your.
Do you have a hunter that can help us provide food for the winter?
We
He took an
Maybe.
able-bodied warrior who provides food for the tribe. Do you have an able-bodied warrior who can provide food for the tribe?
Can we give you food? Would you accept food?
He took a man who has value to his wife. It's not the same.
Perhaps instead of killing him, he can pay you back with his labor. It'll free up one of your other men.
It will not be
times.
enough. I cannot keep my tribe happy this way.
I understand.
Did you just try to sell him into slavery instead of having him just die?
Just trying to let him live a little bit longer, because right now it sounds like he's going to get one of those spears we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, we have food and we'd be willing to share it. But if you're the chief, it's good food.
Moral complexities of the story right here.
Yeah, it's good. Pizza.
He said, I don't know what that is.
It's delicious. You gotta try.
Back to Matt. He's going up into the ship to get the scientist. All right.
Yeah, he
So you find him.
finds
He's up in the that main room with a box of his supplies that he found in the ship that he brought back with him with you. And he's kind of waiting nervously for the results. And
okay.
you arrive.
Arthur walks up and says, "Hey, so they won't let us leave with the other scientists unless we hand you over."
Surely this is not up for vote. I mean,
We don't.
my escaping was the only way that you're actually getting the other scientists out of here.
Well, you murdered one of theirs.
But that was the only way I escaped.
The other scientists just walked out. They were not prisoners.
But that's only because you were here to negotiate it. I wasn't in such a lucky situation before.
But maybe you can work that out with them.
Make a notice roll, Matt.
He's gonna pull his gun.
You see it tucked away in his belt. He starts to reach for it.
I mean, you don't know that they'll kill you.
No, we're not talking right now. Bad things are happening.
Oh. Great.
Okay, so you're not surprised. But he draws the weapon.
Arthur's just like, whoa, 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 whoa.
And he fires it at you.
Really?
For real?
Really?
I believe
And
it's
he
3 misses.
darts up
Yeah.
towards the bridge.
Arthur calls over the comm. Aston, he just shot at me. He missed, but he's running for the bridge.
Towards
Oh, as soon as I heard
Aston.
the shot, I'm already making a dash.
Yeah, well, he's coming towards you. So
That's
Aston.
fine.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. All right.
Are we in turns right now?
Yes. Spencer, do you do anything on the ground out there? When you hear over the comms that the guy's making a dash to the bridge? Do you react in any way?
Shit. So I hear that the guy's shooting at him.
Yep.
I tell the chief that we're having a little trouble getting him off the ship.
Tell him we're about to solve this problem for him.
So, and that's it.
Okay. All right. Arthur Hakel, what do you do?
Arthur has his PDD. I assume it's connected to the ship. Can Arthur shut down like bridge controls or lock doors or anything like that remotely?
Fuck it, let him run outside. And he's got to deal with them too.
Well, I think he said he was running for the bridge.
Oh, to try to fly. Oh, he's a pilot. That's right. Yeah.
He can run outside if he wants, but
Yeah, he's running the gunner seats and yeah.
was he running for the shuttle?
He's running to that hatch that goes up to the bridge.
Oh, okay, that.
And we'll put Aston up.
So he's headed my way.
Yep. Because he wants to pilot this ship out here so he can live.
That makes sense.
Because he tried to save everybody, and no one's grateful, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I understand.
Yep.
And Arthur was just trying to explain the situation to him.
No,
And
he's
he
trying to
shoots
explain.
at
No,
him.
he's explaining that you're dead anyways. We don't care. So you
Mhm.
try to save everybody, but no one cares. So okay, Arthur, what exactly were you doing? Sorry.
Okay, so if he does the hatch have any sort of? I mean, I guess Aston's up there.
You want to try to like lock
I
it
guess-
down or something? Like order the ship to lock down the.
Yeah, like flight controls or something, but leave everything else on. I don't know.
Yeah,
the hatch
maybe
to the
something like that.
bridge.
Yeah, sure.
But, well, my
Yeah,
thought is
maybe
let
you
him-
have to like enter a code or something like that, like a. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so he'll
Okay.
disable the flight controls, and
Yeah.
he's going to let the guy go up the hatch. to
Tell the
Aston.
AI core to disable flight controls.
Yes.
Cool. All right. That's
Then-
just talking though. So what do you do with the rest of your action?
Arthur is going to follow the guy at a safe distance. Actually, he'll probably take the stairs.
Okay. All right. Aston Courtney, what do you do?
So I'm gonna yell out to Arthur, like, where's he headed?
The hatch.
Perfect. So I'm gonna position myself at the hatch. I am going to aim my gun at the hatch, and I am going to hold my turn for when I see him.
Okay.
So my intention, in case you need to know this, is that basically, as soon as I see him, I'm going to aim at his head and basically give him the option of, you can go out alive or you can go out dead, pretty much.
Okay.
So I want to rehold
Arthur,
my action for the
Gonna
same.
keep going upstairs.
Yes.
Okay.
He's gonna head over to his little station, so he has greater access to bridge controls.
You guys beat him on like every initiative count. Puts him in a bind. Let's think about initiative, right?
Yep. So yeah, so as soon as I see him, I'm going to be aiming at his head and basically, so you can either make one last action as a man and help to propel this mission that you were sent on.
We'll say that he comes up, opens the door, and there your speech is. Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah. Gun aimed at him. You can make your final action to do something to propel this mission and help your friends. Or you can die here in the hall.
I'd rather die here by you than at those uncivilized monsters.
He don't even finish his speech. I'd rather die here is all he gets. We're going to go ahead and Benny that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and roll this. And then I'm going to go ahead and play this. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I'm going to go ahead and Benny that.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You just wanted to use that, didn't you? You're glad I gave you the chance, weren't you?
Well, I'm playing to my character. He's hot-headed.
No,
This guy
I know.
already pissed me off, the fact that he's like, fuck these people. They're tribal, so they must be wanting to kill me and eat me.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that is it. He is now. So what does it look like?
So, I mean, it's gun aimed at his face, basically, and say, you can do something to help or you could die here. And he said, I'd rather die here than pop, pop, pop. And then his body just slumps
What
down.
Is it the impact pistol?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to be pop, pop, pop. You can fire all 3 bullets at the same time.
Oh,
What
yeah.
you do?
So just
pop. Okay.
Yeah. So you guys hear a pop, and then there's a moment of silence. And then it's
that
Spencer.
narrow hatch, right? So it probably echoes through probably the entire ship, right? Because it's that narrow hatch, right? And it's probably just like Arthur Hagel almost probably pops his eardrums. Because it's probably just this explosion of noise. And it probably paints the whole hatch red as his whole like skull cavity just explodes. And then his body just falls limply from the top of the ventral hatch all the way down to the bottom of the dorsal hatch, which is still open, by the way.
I think that's right when I would have been getting to the ladder and it just drops. And I'll be like, well, that could have been dealt with differently by whatever. And I can just pick him up and carry the body over. Wait,
Yeah.
are you dead? Okay.
Do you manage to? Yeah. So does he fall to the ground and then you pick him up?
Yeah.
Because he
I'm definitely
falls
not
a
gonna
good
catch him.
clean. He falls a good clean 40 feet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and hits walls along the way, and then it hits the yeah. So it's pretty nasty, and problem solved. So the tribal warrior sees it all play out. So, yep, that was. I don't really know what to say after that. So the tribal warrior, the tribal leader, looks at what
Levi,
happened.
take him out there and hold it over your head.
No.
I think we probably just end it right there. I don't know really. I don't think we need to narrate anything else. We just end it right there. So, all right, we'll call it a night right there. So that's a good way to end it. So thank you everyone for watching. Appreciate everyone who participated. So we'll be back. I think we'll be back next week. Let me check the calendar. We will be back April the 6th. Yes, we will be back next week. Please join us next week, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. More Claim the Stars. We'll see what's next. Apparently, we may be doing a trek to I don't know. That depends on whether they actually want to do the trek to the alien outpost. I don't know. So we'll see. But anyways, we'll be back next week. Thank you everyone for joining us. All right. Bye.
Good night.